Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you can. Come along if you dare.
Have a good one. Cheers, guys.
Side of your mind, but please realize you'll probably be surprised.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of this week's episode of Riverdale on the CW, which is episode 12 of season 2, called chapter 25, The Wicked and the Divine. So yeah, really enjoyed this episode actually. I always enjoy Riverdale, but this one added some dynamics to it that I think are just running deeper and making it even more of an engaging show. Got into a disagreement with another fan over on the show's Facebook page. I guess some people really didn't like this episode because it was so Veronica centric for some reason. Her whole confirmation thing, which was supposed to be done when she was closer to 12 or 13. I guess I just don't like all the focus on Veronica and her family that's been going on this season, and they want more of Betty. And I find that kind of odd, because, well, Veronica's my favorite character, so maybe, okay, I'm biased, with her and FP anyway. But really, I mean, whether Veronica is your favorite character or not, at least her character and Hiram and whatever's going on with her family have serious implications for the rest of the show. They're a major storyline. But with Betty, we've been seeing this weird, more of this weird dark Betty thing, and she's become a cam girl, I guess. We see her talking to someone at the start of the episode, asking them to undress and stuff like that. And it's just odd. This feels like so irrelevant. It's just so awkward because we're not even sure how old Betty's supposed to be. And either way, it's just this feels weird and doesn't work whether she's old enough or not. And it doesn't really affect anything else besides a potential awkward conversation with Jughead down the line. I don't know. And how she's hiding it, it's just really weird. Is this supposed to get us to get behind Betty Cooper? I don't think so. It's not really helping my perspective on her. But the Veronica and especially the Hiram stuff this episode, we see some of his other associates coming around town, including Papa Poutine. I can't remember the actor's name, but I know I've seen him in a few smaller horror movies and stuff like that. So that was nice. And Hiram's been putting Archie under his wing more and more. Of course, becoming sort of like an intern for him or something like that. And of course, the FBI guy's putting more and more pressure on Archie to get closer to him and get more information back to him. Archie's hesitating because he's actually starting to get along with Hiram a little bit, and he doesn't want to get, of course, his dad or Veronica, obviously, in trouble. And Veronica, meanwhile, is struggling, internally, about bringing, Archie getting further and further into this world of the lodges. Because Archie, he has this, he always has this underlying innocence about him, or this need to just be good and do good, whatever shit he gets himself into, despite. So I get that, but Archie, he's very much wanting to, take it head on, whatever it is. And we'll talk about the Jughead and FP and Serpent stuff in a second, but I thought it was all really engaging this episode. Hiram has that poker game at Pop's, and Papa Poutine, he gets a poutine from Pops, and he basically disrespects it and, you know, spits it out and stuff like that. And I like that Hiram actually, you know, is trying to force Papa Poutine to apologize to him over it. And we see a conversation between Papa Poutine and another one of the, let's say, mafia. You know, talking outside, saying how Lodge has gone soft. You know, he's being sloppy, you know, ever since he was in or got out of prison. And they need to, you know, take care of him. So they're basically setting up a hit on Hiram, you know, saying, you know, basically he isn't really maybe not as cold-blooded as he used to be, perhaps. I don't know. I'm sure that'll be more explored the further we get into the season. But I won't be I still don't think Hiram's ever going to be quite as redeemable as, like, FP or something. But I do think they're going to start blurring the lines a little bit more. Because we see that, I believe Hiram has tried to make some sort of effort to get closer to Veronica. And, you know, maybe he has changed just a little, you know, since his, you know, more pronounced days working with those people. I don't know. Again, those are kind of questions we can't really answer quite yet either. You know, so I liked all that, and as well as Veronica's grandma pinching Archie's cheeks. That was kind of funny. Now with Jughead and everything with the serpents, of course, Penny comes back, and she basically tells FP and the others about everything they did to try and get rid of her, or, you know, try and ward her away. You know, literally cutting the tattoo off her arm. And yeah, that was probably fire, and we all knew earlier this season that was going to come back to bite Jughead in the ass, and it did. It was a pretty stupid move. You know, like FP, he knows Penny isn't really someone to you know, work with, if they can help it at all. But even he, you know, sort of looks down upon going that far, you know, to try and, you know, take care of her, you know, because, you know, basically cutting a woman and, you know, stuff like that. You know, FP, you know, he's a decent guy when it comes down to it, and he's afraid that Jughead just took a turn that he won't really be able to come back from. Although, as Jughead points out, FP did hide bodies and stuff like that, but still, you know, it's definitely a gray area to say the least. And, you know, then at the end, I guess things with Betty got semi-interesting, but not really because of her, because of her awkward brother storyline. I don't know. One of his clients, or just, I don't know, associates, shows up at the end, and we cut away from that. It makes us think Alice is going to be in some trouble when the guy shows up. But no, it turns out that either Alice or Chick had you know, cut the guy pretty badly. I think his intestines are on the floor or something, which is pretty surprising to see on the show like this. So they're gonna have to get rid of that body somehow, I guess. Meanwhile, Betty and Jughead reconnect, and yeah, it's just awkward knowing what Betty's been up to, and we'll see how that goes over. Yeah, and, you know, she even lies to Jughead. You know, Jughead, you know, openly tells her about Tony, but then Betty just sort of brushes her whole cam girl thing that she's doing under the rug, saying she hasn't been with anyone. She hasn't tell about the Archie thing like Archie did with Veronica. So yeah, Betty's such a stand-up character. But yeah, so no Cheryl in this episode, which is disappointing, but I think there's enough going on. The actress who plays Cheryl, by the way, has a pretty awesome YouTube channel. I like that she actually takes the time to you know, post things like that pretty, you know, or at least fairly regularly. So check that out. But yeah, I really like this episode. I'm honestly giving it a 9.2, 9.3 out of 10. I enjoyed it that much. Really like the mob angle with Hiram. And then, of course, with I forget the guy's name, but the guy with the mullet and the beard and the serpent's the tall one. It turns out he was the one that had cut the head off the statue, and meanwhile he's going off about you know, trying to get Jughead out of that, and, you know, causing all of this. So I like that FP is gonna, you know, get rid of him at the end, calling him a dumbass. That was great. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.